Hello, everybody. Scott Golden, Golden Opportunities Coaching here. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you who are seasoned veterans of what we do around here. And what we do around here is we try to break down spiritual, psychological, and emotional concepts into easy, discernible approaches. And if there's something we can do for you, please like, subscribe, comment below. But if there is a topic you'd like to see covered, please comment, and we'll see what we can do for you. In any event, how do you know you're dealing with a fake friend? That's the concept for this particular audio. And there's 5 things that I want to cover in the audio. We've all had friends who have ulterior motives, and I would even go as far as to say every person has an ulterior motive here and there somewhere in their life in a social interaction, because we all are in different ways trying to survive. Sometimes those ulterior motives are to get praise, or to get help with something, or to feel valued or special, or there can be motives of a physical nature, motives of a emotional nature, motives of a mental nature. I'll pick your brain and you can help me do something I can't do. But we've all had times where people are disingenuous without even necessarily meaning to be, without malice. But this particular audio is talking more about people who are fake, and they may know it deep down. They may not want to confront it, and there may be some malice towards their action. So, and there's 5 basic things I want to talk about here. They are users, so they're always trying to get ahead. They're trying to manipulate things. They may be trying to get sympathy. They may be trying to get attention. They may be trying to get a refocusing. They may be trying to come out ahead in the situation, but they're using you for something, and you feel used continually. So you may not feel used in every interaction. You may not feel used in every other interaction, but there's a gut feeling that you have that, like, hey, this person's trying to get ahead, or this person always comes out ahead. How does that happen? I wonder. And other people may see it, and they may be more blunt about it than you are comfortable with them being. But those who love you and care about you most often are going to try and protect you from a person like this. And so if you constantly around a certain friendship have conversations of like, wow, this is, really not comfortable, this is really not good, or this person's always taking advantage of you, or they're not giving you gas money, or they're not following through, or whatever the case may be, sooner or later, there is a real reality to the fact that they may be a fake friend. Now, another one that's really simple to look at, but I think goes undervalued, is there's no communication. Look, we live in a time of instant gratification, and it takes literally less than 3 seconds for some people, depending on how fast you type, to send a meaningful text message. And ultimately, it's a situation where, from a long-term perspective, we all get busy, we all have life events where we peak and valley and ebb and flow. But the reality of the situation is, sooner or later, communication has to be there for a relationship to continue to be healthy and growing and moving forward in a positive direction. Now, it's entirely possible that you may have come to a stop point, a stopgap point, where you've outgrown each other, or you've come to a place where it's like, hey, we're going in different directions for a little while, and we can come back to our friendship later. But when communication stops or is inconsistent, where you're the only person that is initiating conversation more than 50% of the time for an extended period of time, that's a fake friend, because they're only there for, again, what they can gain. Real friends are symbiotic. They want to add to your life and you to theirs, and it becomes a volley, and it's back and forth, and it's I give, you give, I give, you give, I give, you take a little bit, I take, you give a little bit, and it becomes a volley of experience. So when communication stops being a volley in a friendship or any social relationship situation, there's some level of pretense to the continuation of the relationship, perhaps on both sides. You may be deluding yourself into believing a person has clearer or kinder motives than they do, but also this person may be trying to manipulate the situation. Another one that is worth taking a look at is the action of competing with another person. So we all, want to be at our best. And sometimes there's friendly rivalry and competition. Oh, I'm going to beat you in basketball, or I'm going to beat you at this video game, or whatever the case may be. But if you honestly feel like you can't celebrate a victory in your life, maybe you made more money, or maybe you're getting married, or you just got engaged, or you're having a child, and the other person says, oh, that's great, and then turns the conversation to themselves, that's the illusion of competition at work. And many people don't even realize they behave in that way. And a perfectly kind, well-meaning person can act that way sometimes. But if you notice on a consistent basis that a person is acting that way, yeah, you've got a bit of a fake friend there, because what they're really trying to do is they're trying to win. So the illusion of competition is a concept where really in reality, we're all so busy in life that very often we're looking at each other going, gee, I wonder what he or she thinks of me. Gee, I wonder if I measure up. Gee, I wonder if I'm good enough. And we live in a society of insecurity, so it's very common and very likely that a person may feel insecure. Now, when a person is competing, it's because they want to have leverage. They want to have an advantage. They want to feel better than they do about themselves. And that ultimately is what's there in a unhealthy dynamic. And when competition becomes something more than a friendly ribbing or a friendly rivalry over one thing, like a sport or a video game or whatever, then the relationship becomes fake, because it's not based on mutual benefit. It's based on winning and losing, and that ultimately never ends well. The next one is kind of common sense here, but it's the idea of drama. So whether a person is bringing their own drama from their own life into the relationship, into the friendship, or they're creating drama where what you say or what you do or how you behave is constantly overanalyzed and undervalued, no matter what that looks like, no matter how that plays out, there's an issue at hand. And the issue at hand is drama is not a forward-moving, positive relationship experience. So we all have periods of drama in our lives. Something happens, something unexpected, especially with this COVID thing and all the potential for loss of jobs and difficulty in relationships and everything that comes with that. Now, sooner or later, at the end of the day, those things have to work themselves out, and sometimes we need a little extra help, and sometimes we need some clarity and an outside opinion or an outside perspective in order to gain the clarity we need. But when drama becomes the center of the relationship, when you start to dread talking to a person, dealing with a person, texting a person, spending time with them, because there's always some sort of Karen or Kevin behavior around the relationship. And inside joke to those of you who don't know what those terms are, but basically, I think we've all heard of Karens and Kevins at this point, and that is a person who literally creates drama wherever they go. And if you're dealing with that, that's not a friendship. It's actually a drain to your energy, a drain to your mindset, and a drain to your overall happiness and health and wealth. And so the last one is self-centeredness. So a real friend is going to be as focused on your benefit as their own. That's a balanced friendship. So they're not going to overgive and oversacrifice in a way that would lead to things becoming unhealthy and things becoming uncomfortable or whatever have you. But they will become somewhat focused on the reality of how they benefit more so than how you benefit. And so when the relationship comes back to a central place of self-centeredness, it is a fake friendship, because when it becomes more about benefit than mutual benefit, so singular benefit more than mutual benefit, things don't end well from that perspective. In any event, those are the concepts for this particular audio. If there, as mentioned earlier, if there is an audio that you would like to hear, please feel free to reach out, and we can usually do that within a week or two. But in any event, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.